don't have a warrant. Hey, yo. Hey. So you guys really had no other choice to do to assume I'm somebody I'm not?
Police officers are entrusted with enforcing the law, but sometimes their lack of awareness leads to embarrassing mistakes that backfired spectacularly. Today, we'll be going through cases where clueless cops arrested FBI agents only to regret it instantly. On June 1st, 2019, two white officers thought they had their suspect and started questioning a black man in a red t-shirt, just because he fit the description of a suspect.
Wrong? Hey, no, if you're wrong, you're racial profile. Am I? Yeah, you're wrong. You're assuming I'm someone that I'm not. Are you Jake?
No, I'm not Jake.
Hi, you look like Jake.
There you go. I look like Jake.
Yeah, but you're Jake.
No, man.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm Officer Jake.
You're Jake.
Okay, if you
Get out my face, man. You guys are harassing me. Yes, you guys are.
Hey, that's
You're harassing me. Yes, you are. No. He's harassing me. Why are you harassing me? You're assuming I'm someone I'm not.
Okay, if you're not, then...
No.
You're not free to go, okay?
Us. Am I being detained?
Yeah, you are.
For what?
Because I think you have a warrant.
You think?
Yeah.
That's an illusion. That's an illusion. You
All
think?
right. Stand up for your hands, man.
I'm not. For what? I don't have a warrant. You're very wrong.
Okay, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
No, you are wrong. What do you mean if you're wrong? You're wrong. You're wrong.
We're not going to play this game.
The cops refused to acknowledge their mistake. Instead of verifying his identity properly, they escalated the situation. Another example of reckless policing. In an attempt to clarify, the cops quickly handcuffed him. However, they soon discovered their error. This man was an off-duty FBI agent. What an embarrassing failure for these careless cops. The officers believed that the man matched the suspect's age, weight, and height on their warrant, but this was just another case of racial profiling.
You're allowed to.
Allowed to what?
Come up and talk to somebody, and if
It wasn't allowed to talk to somebody. You arrested him.
Assume I'm someone and try to.
right, and he made a mistake, and then once he figured out who you were, he unhandcuffed you.
What if somebody did that to you?
He's going to jail.
What if somebody did that to you?
going to jail anyways.
Huh?
Matter of fact, I was going to jail
Yes.
anyways.
You got life fucked. You ain't gonna just buckle up and just
Leave. Let's get out of here. You guys leave. Leave. You guys have a good night. No, you guys have a good night. Get the f out of here.
No.
Get the f out of here, piece of shit. You guys are the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met in my life. Get the f out of my face.
We're not in your face.
What do you mean? You just arrested me over here.
You guys just try to
release this. So if he wants to make a complaint, he can go make it.
I will make a complaint.
All right.
Believe me, I will. I will make a complaint on all three of you guys.
That's fine.
Do your job better.
No,
You
it's some
guys
bullshit,
supposed to be upstanding citizens. You
They're
guys
not.
supposed to be
They're bogus as
above the
shit.
law.
Have a
You guys
good
are
night.
dumb as men. Go. Bro, let's go. Come on, man.
Let's go.
Come on. Stupid bro.
The officers thought they had the upper hand until they realized that the man was an FBI agent.
Let's go.
No, they're retarded.
Tell me about your gay ass. Stupid one bitch. So you guys can make a mistake and kill someone and be like, oh, well,
You don't give a fuck. I don't see anybody that got shot.
How do you know? This could have turned out somebody could have got killed right now.
Now we talk about shit.
Nobody did.
Somebody could have done
Nobody did.
Oh, so until it happens, that's when you guys take
So you're not-
try to take some responsibility.
So we left from
Yeah.
the last
Nobody
time.
got hurt. Nobody's going to jail.
Tell us what a piece of shit. Cops.
And just like that, they let him go, but the agent was obviously not pleased with their actions. That was a serious blunder. But wait until you see how these officers managed to make an even bigger mistake.
Face down! You have a second. Settle down. Face down now. All the way down. Who's your supervisor?
On July 7th, 2020, ATF agent James Burke was only performing a routine task of taking a shotgun away from an unauthorized individual. However, the individual reported harassment and dialed 911. Things got out of hand when more police officers arrived on the scene.
Hey, turn around. Let me see your hands. Turn around. Let me see your hands. Okay, let me see your hands. I need to see some ID. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now. Get on the ground. Get on the ground now.
I'm a federal agent.
917-110-3.
I'm a federal agent.
Get on the ground.
I'm a federal agent.
Why wouldn't you show me your ID when I got here? Don't move forward.
You didn't ask for it.
He is at 335.
Get on the ground. We'll figure it out.
On that 10-8.
Not getting on the ground.
Well, then stay where you're at.
I'll stay where I'm at.
Fine. Why do you got to make this harder than it is?
Listen, I'm not getting on.
I have no problem making this.
S1C, they've responsible.
You're the overreacting.
I'm not overreacting. We got a call that someone's impersonating a police officer out here, doesn't have ID.
No kidding, because she doesn't want to.
Okay, get on the ground so I can find out who you are.
Mr. Byrne, a 16-year ATF veteran, expected professionalism, but instead, the officer aimed a loaded gun at him without asking for credentials.
Ain't happening.
Okay, fine. Fine. Do you find I think I'm a police officer or something? What the heck's the matter with you? Who do you think you are? Get on the ground!
Jump for things.
I'm not
To
kidding.
91.7, pulling up.
I got my ID.
Do not reach for your waist! Keep your hands up!
Why would I have an old lady?
Get your hands up!
Yeah.
Sir! Get on! Face down! On the ground! Face down now! Face down!
You are second. Settle down. Face down now. All the way down. All the way. All the way. My ID right here. Left pocket. Left. Put your arm behind your back.
Do not resist.
I'm not resist.
You're acting like a moron.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't do this. Wait a second. I got a medical condition. Get my license.
We're getting you.
Wait. Still go. Oh. Hold on. I'm hyperventilating. Please, sir.
The officer had no plans to de-escalate the situation by hearing the agent's side. When backup arrived, things only got worse. The situation got out of control.
I'm not. Would you please get my ID out of my left pocket? I'm begging you. My wife's please. It's right here. Please get it. Wait, sir, help me up. Just hold me up. Sir, I can't do it. Wait, sir.
Stop resisting now. Please help me.
Sir, please get my federal cred. No, don't do that, please. Don't make me tase you. No. Okay, help me up. Help me up. I'm gonna. Ow, don't do that. Okay, here. My God, it is cuffed. Please stop. Please stop, sir. Wait a second. Sir, please help me up. Please, I'm a federal agent. My God, you have no idea what you are, acting the way you are. Sir! Who the heck do you think you are acting like this? Nobody! I wanted you to see my goddamn creds!
Agent Burke repeatedly stated that he had a medical condition, but the officers showed no concern. Instead of helping, they chose to ignore his pleas and carried on with their aggressive actions.
The lady was freaking out, for Christ's sake! Oh. Sir, please! You got it? Here. Sir! Roll up. Sit up. Sit up. Let me sit up. For Christ's sake. Right there, left pocket. Left pocket. Please take it. Stay down. Then you should have behaved yourself when you did. My God, no, you're the one that's in the wrong. Sir. You know if you have interaction with the police, you obey commands.
Sir, I was
No, you didn't obey commands.
Sir, I'm reaching out for Christ's sake. Federal agent.
Who's your supervisor?
Instead of following proper procedure, the cops escalated the situation, showing no regard for the law or basic human decency.
What's your supervisor's name?
Hang on a second. The sack is currently John McPherson, who's on his way out to retire, who will soon be rolling.
I took the mag out.
My God. This is crazy.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Stand up. Stand
I'm
up.
not trying to be ashamed of myself. I just want you to say, let me see
Get in the car. Get in the car.
Sir. I'm just trying to do my job.
Just get in the car. Why would you make us do this?
I didn't want you to. I wanted to. Wait.
No, you knew what you were doing.
Sir, calm down.
Relax.
Sir, hey, guys, please, just talk to me for 1 second, please.
Get in the car.
No,
We'll
wait.
talk later.
Sir, wait.
You had your chance.
No, I was trying to give you my creds. You didn't let me show them to you.
Everyone's tried.
I did.
Get in the car.
Wait,
Now.
please. Wait, I gotta breathe.
Okay,
Please, sir, let me breathe.
sit down and breathe.
Let me breathe. I have a medical condition.
We're going to get air to you. Get
No,
your
no.
legs in. Get your
Sir.
legs in. We're closing this door.
Agent Burke was clearly in distress. He was struggling to breathe and asking for help. Instead of calling for medical aid, the officers ignored his suffering and kept on forcing him in the car.
Sir, get your legs in.
I need air. Sir, please, call an ambulance. I'm asking for an
You
ambulance.
got a medic coming. Get in the car.
Sir, I don't need the medic. The taser didn't bother.
You just said call an ambulance. We don't.
Yeah, now you don't want one. Get in the car.
In the car. Get all the
Sir,
way
I
in.
can't breathe.
Go around.
Wait, sir.
Yeah, if you got Dublin cars close, keep them coming.
How did this happen? Okay. For crying out loud, you're a cop. You gotta. No, wait! I can't. You're my head up. The seatbelt's in place. Please. Why would you act like this? I didn't act anyway. Please, sir. If you are a real police officer, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I was trying to give you my creds. The gun's up. Sir, I'm trying to give you my... Sir! Put this on your dash. Dude, he wouldn't do anything I'm trying to tell him.
Burke, a 16-year police veteran, desperately tried to make himself heard, but the officers chose to ignore him. Instead of showing respect, they shut him down completely. Another example of unchecked authority at work.
We got him in the car. He might even be a real cop, but he wouldn't tell us, wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't get on the ground. I mean, what the heck?
The cruiser will go ahead and clear.
You bet.
I don't believe they're looking for anybody else.
We had to taser him, so we got a medic coming.
Yeah, we canceled the units.
Well, that's what we thought, but then he wouldn't get in the car.
Trying to get in on his houses.
If he is an actual police officer, he ought to be ashamed of himself.
I'm not.
You're not. You're right. You're not. Yeah. No, you screwed up. You bet. First thing he should have had his badges out when I got here. Wouldn't get on the ground. Wouldn't comply with anything.
The officer claimed that Burke had not shown his credentials, but he ignored a key fact. Both cops had drawn their firearms right away. Any move towards his pockets could have lost him his life. These officers escalated instead of thinking.
Whenever the sergeant gets here, we'll call his supervisor. Yep, it's disappointing. Dude, you saw how he was. He wouldn't comply. No, you never. No. It's all on video.
Just let him yell. Just let him yell.
I'll get a drink of water. Yeah, we had to use the taser just to drive stun.
Okay.
But he's got a medic. He says he's got some conditions. He may even really be a police officer. He's got a badge, but he wouldn't do anything. Wouldn't get on the ground. I told him over and over to get on the ground. He wouldn't comply with anything. We had to tase him.
Right.
He followed us the whole time. Wouldn't get in the car. If he is a real police officer, no, we're not.
Okay. Okay.
I do go. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Did we get him all a good pat down on him and everything? We got 133 off him.
The officer knew he had made a significant mistake, but instead of taking responsibility, he tried to cover it up by putting all the blame on Burke. It is shocking how far some officers will go to avoid admitting fault.
I was all the way down by Morris and
I appreciate it, dude. We thought it was fine, but then he wouldn't get in the car. It's like, okay. He's a big, strong guy. I don't see it.
nothing.
Okay, thank you.
God bless.
Yeah.
Is it possible that I saw you put some stuff?
Maybe I, yeah, let me look over here. Maybe I did put it in the car, I'll see.
I want to tell your supervisor what a nice job.
Thank you, thank you.
I gotta tell him.
Okay,
You know,
very good.
The people have complained, they complain, but when you gotta appreciate that we never.
We sure try. That's the sergeant. If you want to go and see if he can talk to you, you can. It's up to you.
Yeah,
He may wait till he's ready.
yeah, I
But
agree.
thank you so much. He did have a gun, yes. He very well may be a real police officer, but he wasn't following protocol.
I doubt it very much.
Yep.
I doubt it very much. He's a police officer.
Thank you.
Promise.
Thank you.
No way. Thank you.
Even when Agent Burke had proven his identity, the cops refused to take responsibility for their mistake. Instead of apologizing to him, they abandoned him on the scene.
Oh, that sure would have made it easier.
Well, I didn't know if I'd have reached for it. I didn't even realize I had it on. But I can't.
You want me to turn the camera off?
Let's turn our camera off.
The officers shockingly turned off their body cameras. Then, without any charges, they let Agent Burke go. Burke, however, wasn't about to let them go that easily. He filed a lawsuit against the city of Columbus, the police department, and the two officers for violating his civil rights. Now that was a legal nightmare, but this next arrest will make you question how these cops still have a job.
Get out of the car now!
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated. Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up. Sir, well, just what? This is
On December 5th, 2020, Officer Daniel Crocker stopped Lieutenant Caron Nazario for missing a rear license plate while driving his newly purchased car. Instead of stopping on a dark roadside, he moved to a well-lit gas station.
Enter in your vehicle. Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
Get out of the car now!
Open the door, get out the car.
Hold still, hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now!
Get out of the car.
Now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now!
I'm serving this country and this is how I'm treated.
Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I learned to obey. Get out of the car!
What's going on?
Get out of the car now!
What's going on?
What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
Both officers were yelling at the lieutenant with their weapons drawn, who was still just sitting in his car. It is shocking how they treated one of their own, especially when he was in uniform.
Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car!
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get out.
going on?
Get out the car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating at this point right now. You're under arrest for.
traffic.
You're being detained. Okay. You're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
your hands off me.
Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me.
Not a
Get your hands
problem.
off me.
Back up,
I
Daniel.
didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look.
I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
talk.
talk.
Get out.
Just get out of
Relax.
my car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
Please relax.
Officer Gutierrez was on a power trip, acting irrationally from the beginning, but what he did next was completely shocking.
This
Now.
is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on. I just dropped it.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now.
Sir, just get out the car.
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now.
That's really fuck.
Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Get out of the car now. Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
The lieutenant never expected to be treated with such aggression. Shockingly, he was brutally pepper sprayed while his helpless dog started choking in the back.
You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can you
ground.
please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's
now.
going on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going on?
ground. Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the
what's
ground.
going
Get on the
on?
ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Yes, sir.
going on?
You're not.
Officer Gutierrez didn't stop at a pepper spray. He then took things even further, using unnecessary force against the lieutenant.
Can you talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
Because you're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up. Sir, well, just what?
Nazario was left in handcuffs for about 20 minutes when the officers realized that he had done nothing wrong, but the damage was done. In April of 2021, Nazario fought back, suing the officers for racial profiling and assault. He demanded $1 million in damages, holding the officers accountable for their actions. The officer learned the hard way, but the next cops knew better.
Hey, you got any guns weapons on you, boss? I just asked. It's Florida. Everybody got a gun.
On April 10th, 2021, Officer Woods, Mariano, and Ham believed that they were conducting a minor traffic stop.
What's going on, boss? Also Mariano, Atlanta Police. Way back there, when you're leaving that residential area right there on Temple.
I did what now?
You're making a right on Temple, right? That light there is very small, and you made the right-hand turn. Okay, so that's what I'm stopping you.
You mean the angle light?
Yes, sir.
It was green.
So, even though at that angle, that's for the other way, and people always get that confused. But it's a small light, all right? So, and that's for the opposite direction, okay? So traffic there's kind of weird, and I understand that. You got your lights on you by any chance, folks? Any guns, weapons in the car, boss? Any guns, weapons in the car? No. You still staying in Winter Garden? Okay, perfect. Hey, you got any guns, weapons on you, boss? I just asked. It's Florida. Everybody got a gun. All right, y'all stay in the car for me.
He handed over his license without any titles. The officer had no idea that he was dealing with someone who understood the law and respected their duties.
How you guys doing? Moving?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys went through that red light there. Right. Tampa.
I saw the green. It was kind of deceptive.
That's a very strange intersection. I've seen multiple people run through that one before. Not a huge deal. Not a pedestrian traffic. Bunch of cars going through there. So, yes, sir, I recognized you. No, I know who you are. As soon as the window rolled down and I could see your face, I knew who you were. How you guys doing today? Okay. I hope this rain hasn't affected the move.
Downtown.
All right, Mr. Rivers, I appreciate your time. Okay, I'm not really a big traffic guy. I'm more like a guns and drugs and stolen kids kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got none of that in your back truck. Cool. Just friends. So we appreciate your night. We'll go out there, all right?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
The head of Internal Affairs showed true professionalism, acting as a responsible citizen rather than an abusive cop. It is rare to see an officer in power act with reason instead of authority. If that wasn't bad enough, watch how this next crooked cop messed with the wrong FBI agent and instantly regretted it.
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay.
That'll work.
Did you run your body cam?
I am now, because I don't know how legit you are at the moment.
It's okay. Special Agent Hammond. The FBI.
Okay.
You got that on body cam?
I do, but I don't understand what the problem is when you meet me at the office.
I'll talk to the U.S. Attorney's Office about it. You can cut off the recording device now.
Okay. Well, I will when I leave the area, sir. Hey, TJ, this guy is telling me to turn my body camera off and telling me he's going to contact other people to get involved with this. Let me get his tag number real quick. It's going to be LKST57.
Despite the agent showing his credentials, Deputy Rolf Gordon grew suspicious and tried to back out, unaware that this encounter would teach him a hard lesson.
He says he does not give out business cards. Yeah, I don't believe this. No. There's something fishy with this right here. Yeah, he told me to turn my body camera off because he didn't want that running, and so now he's still here. He's looking at me.
Franklin 33.
Do you work for a wiring company?
It's a covert vehicle, sir.
Okay.
I do feel like I'm being detained. Am I being detained?
Am I being detained? You're the one who called me here, sir. How did you get my phone number?
I can't give you that information.
I ain't saying he can't tell me how he got my information.
The special agent was shocked to be treated like a criminal, and the situation was about to escalate further.
Hey, you are detained at this time, sir. 33 Franklin. I got one Whiskey Mike detained at this time. 17's on the way. Hey, I don't think this guy's legit, man. Do I have permission to take it off?
No, you don't have permission.
Okay, just hang tight right here. I'm not cuffing you. I'm not cuffing you. But you're being very uncooperative with me. You asked me to come up here. You called my personal cell phone number. You can't tell me how you got it. Your vehicle's coming back to a wiring company, not the
It's
FBI.
a covert vehicle.
Okay. Would
you like to see some registration?
You get mad at me because I turned my body camera on.
Would you like to see some registration?
And you know a lot of stuff about me.
Would you like to see the registration, sir?
I don't really want anything from you at this point. My supervisor's on the way.
Excellent.
Agent Hatton responded exactly like you would expect a secret agent to do. Deputy Gordon was acting like a child and had no clue he had made the biggest mistake of his life.
I surely do. I showed it to him. Would you like to see it, sir?
That's fine. You don't have to keep your hands up. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on.
I don't want to be shot out here.
I don't want to be shot either.
I'm going to call my office.
Yes, sir.
Bye, Jim. Jacksonville, this is Special Agent Hatton.
Working on a case with him?
Sir, I can't discuss it with you. I was here to discuss that with him.
Well, I'm here backing him up. So
I know you are. I know you are. I was here to discuss that with him.
For 43, my body camera was not on at the entire time of this call. I turned it on whenever I suspected something was not right with this. I never asked for your weapon, sir. You told me you had one on you.
You said you wanted to take it off of me, didn't you, sir?
I asked you for permission once you said that you had one. I never asked you.
35 from 1097.
Right.
So anyway, Larry, so the deputy gets out of the car, goes to the car, gets in it.
Hatton refused to be bullied by the officers as he contacted his team, urging them to address the sheriff's office and set things straight.
Did you tell your sergeant that I was here about a ticket that you had issued?
I told him that you were here to investigate me about an issue, and he said this needed to be handled through the office, not on the side of the road. And you said that wasn't going to happen. You were going to contact somebody else.
I was going to contact the U.S. Attorney's Office. That's
okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And then we're just trying to check your validity. You called a deputy sheriff's personal cell phone. You can't tell me how you got the number.
That's right.
Your tag's not coming back to the FBI.
Correct.
Okay. I haven't seen a badge. I've seen an ID card. I haven't seen a badge.
You have not seen?
No, sir. I haven't seen a badge. I've seen an ID card.
I handed this to you. Did you grab it? Take it out of my hand. Do you not see a badge?
I see a badge now. That's the first time I saw the badge, sir.
Well, you don't need to be a deputy.
I saw this. He kept opening this.
Yeah.
After detaining Agent Hatton for over 15 minutes, backup arrived and sided with Deputy Gordon without any investigation, unaware they had unlawfully detained a federal agent.
He was investigating me for a ticket that I wrote.
Police corruption and was requesting a copy of the ticket.
He's saying he's armed, but I haven't seen a gun yet. You want me to keep standing up there? He's saying he's armed. He's got a little badge, and he's got that says FBI on it, and he's got a credentials when he opens it up. This is his license.
Seriously?
I swear to Lord Jesus.
So he's on the phone. He's got a radio.
You have a picture of his face?
No, he's refusing to show him now.
After searching their databases and conducting a futile investigation, the deputies failed to find Hatton in their system and did something unbelievable.
Okay. All right.
Alright, just being detained.
What's the charge, brother?
You don't have any yet,
You're
but right
just
now
being
we're running
detained,
you through multiple federal databases.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody's coming up with your name. You also coming back on a terror watch list. So we're going to secure you for our protection and yours. We're going to put you in the back of a police car.
Where's that weapon at, sir?
It's on my right side, brother.
You got any other weapons on you, sir?
No, just my wallet.
Alright, I'm just going to pat you down real quick.
Go ahead.
But if somebody pulls your name up, brother, you're good to go.
Yeah, we're just trying to verify you.
But since you don't want to give us no info for nobody to contact.
That's just the wallet that you were showing me a while ago.
Yeah, that's my wallet. Don't touch that thing right there. That's my law enforcement. It's got all my notes on it for what I've done today. You're not allowed to see that.
I'm not allowed to see what?
After putting him in handcuffs, the officers made another huge mistake as they put the poor agent in the back of a car and did not turn the AC on. He kept sitting there for minutes as he was hotboxed and pleading to the cops to let him breathe.
33 Franklin, we've detained this Whiskey Mike, got him in cuffs in the back of the car now. Just called me and like, hey man, what's up? I said, I gotta go meet this guy. He's investigating something.
He's hollering.
There, brother. Okay. All right, I'm turning it on right now.
Open the door. I can't breathe.
Sir, I can't open the door. You're being detained right now.
26 Franklin, 1065, serial number. What is that gentleman's name you got detained?
Don't got the...
It ain't the heat. You haven't cooperated with anything we've done.
What's that gentleman's name you got detained?
It's going to be Alexis Hatton. Alexis Hatton.
Do you have your body camera on still, brother?
Absolutely, it ain't going off.
Thank you, brother. Look, I'm begging for you. Turn the air. You're burning me up, brother.
I had the defroster on.
No, you didn't. Brother, I need air. God almighty.
533.
I know you think this is funny, but it won't be funny after today.
33, go ahead.
If this is how they mistreated a compliant federal agent, it is chilling to imagine how they might treat an ordinary citizen. However, finally, when their supervisor arrived, the deputy realized he had made a grave mistake.
They just called back. Sheriff said he is legit.
What's he doing here?
He is legit. 1045.
Who just called?
Handcuffed him now. Captain Webb just called.
Who verified?
Captain Webb. I don't know who. 33 to 5. Could you advise me who verified that this person was legit?
What's he doing?
He called me here, Sheriff, and says he called my personal cell phone. And he goes, I don't know. He refuses to tell me.
Even after realizing their mistake, the deputies did not rush to release Agent Hatton. They continued talking for a few more minutes before finally letting him out of the car.
He said, do you mind me sitting in my car with me real quick? He showed me, he flipped open his wallet, showed credentials that didn't show up.
Call 911. I need a medical attention right now. Unlock me. Call 911. Call 911.
We're releasing you right now,
call
sir.
Call 911 now. Call 911. I need
33.
I'm sitting there begging you to cut off your heat.
We're releasing him now.
Yes, security vehicle. I'm about to get it for you.
Franklin to 33, can you give me an exact address?
We're at the new substation for the Sheriff's Office, Franklin.
Jacksonville, I need 911. I've asked for help. I've been in the car. They've had me spoken to the back.
10-4, can you advise if it's next door to the new dollar store?
Hatton's condition spoke volumes about what had happened. He had been gasping for air in the car, and it is unclear how serious it could have become if he had been left there any longer.
Verify that my AC's on real quick, John.
It's on now.
It was on when. How could I not touch? How could I touch it?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
911. I asked for the sheriff's to call 911. They won't.
Is it not going through the back seat?
Yeah. I would guess my window is open back there.
Yeah, but we need a location, sir. 17 on South
However, Deputy Gordon has been proven wrong, and he has nothing better to do than come up with some lame excuses to hide his blunder.
Call for medical confirmed, but he didn't give us any further details.
He's been like this the whole time. That's why I didn't feel like he was legit. Like we called as soon as he said.
Did you, John?
Yeah.
You let him know your message en route?
Yeah. They're on. He heard me call on the radio. He is, yeah. He is legit. But just the way he's been acting like this, he's just.
You've been verified. You can put your weapon back in the holster.
Yeah, you've been verified now. Yeah. Does he need? You need another bottle of water, sir? No, I got.
I can't see. I lost my vision.
Despite the serious mistake, the deputy showed no remorse, laughing it off amongst themselves as if nothing had happened.
It was on cool, but it was on defrost. So I switched it to vents, and he said it's still hot. Like, that's as cool as I can get it. So I even got John to go in there and stick his head in and goes, that's AC. I had printed out the report and everything and was fixing to go back. And I was just asking you, hey, should this be done here or should it be done somewhere else in another set?
Get right, dude.
The deputy was still adamant that he had done nothing wrong. Meanwhile, poor Hatton was now waiting for EMS to get to the hospital as he was in desperate condition. Clearly, he couldn't be faking his distress.
Says he can't see.
Yeah. And the nominees for Best Actor. Did you see him? He pulled me into his car. He asked me to come into his car.
Well, I was sitting over there. I didn't hear him say that, but I do remember you going around.
So I go in there. He goes, I need to discuss this ticket that you wrote.
So you wrote a ticket to a CI, I guess. Is that what happened?
I don't know.
That's what I'm assuming.
So I said, you mind if I print it out so I can recall it? Sure. So I go ahead and print it out, and I call supervisor. I said, hey, is it right for him to be interviewing me on the side of the road, or should he be doing this somewhere else? He goes, no. He needs to schedule this through the office. I told him that. And
who said that, Captain?
He's up. And
you pulled over to get you guys? You guys pulled them over?
Yeah, it's a long story.
Once again, Deputy Gordon made jokes about Hatton's condition. He might have avoided such a chaotic situation if his ego weren't as inflated as his judgment.
Decision was made to detain him while we were checking his legitimacy.
Yeah.
And we put him in the back. And after that, he started complaining of shortness of breath, vision loss, and whatever else he's got going on. That's and he claims I had the heat on in the car. But I don't.
Where do you want to go? Tallahassee. Which hospital? There's Capital Regional, there's Tallahassee Memorial.
Soon after, a gurney was called, and Hatton was taken to the hospital struggling to breathe and even walk properly.
Make sure I got his.
I don't know what you're talking about. Get him whatever's mine, my gun and stuff.
You got your wallet in your pocket?
Yeah, I do have his.
Someone will have to secure that weapon.
That's his phone. It's pretty heavy.
You may get both sets. There's one on the dashboard too.
Some cops just never learn, just like these idiots who went up against these Navy veterans and were humbled.
Hey, good morning, Trooper Brown to that Iowa Patrol. How are you today? Violations they may not realize they're committing, but we're seeing a big increase in crashes out here. I'm trying to drive safely under the speed limit. I appreciate that. I just want to talk about your following distance, especially came up behind a red and blue tanker truck. A little bit too close behind him before. I know it's sitting over there. I was waiting for you to trying to give you room to get over there.
Coming out of there and people are driving fast. So.
Yeah, you gotta navigate that, but a little too close to him before you went around him, okay? As you passed those semi trucks and you came back down to make that lane change in front, too close. You're less than a second in front of them when you enter that lane. If something were to happen to you, man, that semi truck would plow right through you. You got your driver's license with you? Awesome.
I appreciate you, by the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Do you have a registration card with you? Okay, yeah, that's fine. Any weapons in the vehicle? Oh, perfect.
Officer Brown informed Lara about the reason behind the traffic stop, praising his driving while highlighting the errors that led pullover.
You said your daughter lives up in Portola? Come on over here, man. You a fighter?
A fighter? Yeah, well, I've got a lot of training. I'm a retired Marine. Well, I was a data chief initially, but I changed the MOS to cybersecurity chief. I got out about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. My daughters, what do they do? Oh, 15 and 13 years old. So
okay, yeah.
I'm just coming down here and just looking for a place down in Texas.
Give me a second, man. All right, just hang right there. Ever been in trouble with law enforcement before?
After a short discussion, the officer asked Laura to exit the vehicle and asked him some personal questions. Surprisingly, Laura cooperated.
Would you give me permission to search your vehicle today? That's okay with you? How's it going? Said you'd give me permission to search your vehicle.
I don't have anything to hide from you guys.
I appreciate that, man. Do me a favor to ask us, all right?
I don't even know what time it is.
When Officer Brown asked to search Laura's car, he agreed and even signed the consent form since he was sure that he had nothing to hide. The ordinary stop became far more serious than anybody anticipated when the officer discovered something completely shocking and unexpected while searching the car.
How much cash is that?
About 100 grand.
All right. I'm a vet. He's a vet. You're a vet. I understand why you don't trust banks, especially in this day and age. What's that?
Discipline and lots of say.
So with that being said, I give out a little bit. I'd like to. I know you got a bunch of receipts in there. See, that it's not being used for nefarious activities, right? It's not money laundering. I appreciate that. Give me a few seconds. I'll make a couple phone calls, right? And stuff like that. As long as it's, which it is, right? Your money and stuff like that. I believe it, right? I gotta do my job, and my boss, as long as I can make it there. I think we'll get you there by 4 o'clock. No problem, all right?
Laura informed the authorities that the money was for his daughter when they questioned him. Unsure about how to proceed, Officer Brown contacted his superior for advice.
I kind of leaning more towards it's odd, but
it's odd, but it's not taxed.
It's
like
not.
normal.
No,
I would like to put. Those are all zeroed out. I mean, keep the minimum amount.
Yeah, I mean everything lines as odd as it is, everything lines up.
And stuff like that. And I'm gonna get on my scale on the way back.
You want me to set that up for deployment?
No, I can run it.
Okay.
With doubts surrounding the big amount of cash, the officers decided to bring in the K-9 unit to see if there is any suspicious scent on the money. After putting the cash in a bag, the cops left the area. The K-9 unit immediately indicated an alert on the cash upon its release, indicating the presence of something suspicious.
I know you're just doing your job. That money that I have in my jacket is only that I need to pay for my kids, bills, and taxes. So, I know you're just doing your job. I'm probably stuck here waiting, riding for my children and stuff. So, like I said, I know you're just doing what you feel is best.
When the police told Laura that they would be taking his money, he showed concern. The situation had quickly spiraled from a routine stop to a serious financial setback, leaving him stunned.
We believe right now that this is drug proceeds as opposed to currency.
What I'd like to do is, I'd like to get all of your information.
You will. You're going to get a receipt for all of this stuff.
Your information, your sergeant's information. I'd like to have names.
Okay.
This is all I get here?
You're going to get noticed in the mail as well.
I mean, I'm going to contact an attorney.
Absolutely,
sure
right? So you can contact them. You know, my sergeant gave you that information, told you who to contact over there. We're also going to be...
The attorney definitely called. They're the ones.
Laura said that he would prove to the authorities that the money was from his personal saving. Laura sued the Nevada Highway Patrol, claiming that his rights were violated. He claims that his money was unjustly confiscated and is seeking damages. And after this shocking turn of events, you'll want to see what happens when a sergeant steps in to take charge.
What was my speed, sir?
I don't need to tell you that.
You need to tell me. You said I was speeding because you're supposed to be giving me a ticket, right?
The officer pulled over a vehicle that he came across with, raising questions about the legality of the encounter and the justification for the officer's action.
Where you flying? Stop!
Despite dashcam footage clearly showing that the driver was not speeding, the officer threatened to arrest the driver for the alleged offense, adding tension to the situation.
For what? For resisting. This is a lawful traffic stop. Just hand me your driver's license. My supervisor's en route.
Sir, I don't consent to no search.
I'm not searching you.
I don't consent to anything.
I'm not searching you. This is a lawful traffic stop. So hand me your driver's license, please.
Your officer get here. But
you
sir,
cannot
you did
delay
not
my
do
traffic
a
stop. My sergeant is en route.
You did not do a traffic. First of all, sir,
that's why my license sirens are on.
Sir, you was coming towards me. Was your body cam on?
I absolutely was the entire time.
Okay.
And my dash camera was running.
Where did you see me?
Recorded.
Where did you see me driving reckless, sir?
Right there. Right there.
Where?
On the road that you were coming down at a high rate of speed. Okay. I'm speed detection certified.
You have a radar in your car?
I do.
So how fast was I going?
Driver's license proof insurance.
How fast was I going?
You're about to catch an obstruction charge.
I'm not catching. How would I?
Driver's license.
Obstruction charge. I'm asking you a question.
Listen.
I'm asking you a question, sir.
Listen.
First of all, I'm on my property, sir.
Okay.
That's another
I
thing.
stopped you in the road.
You did not stop me. You were turning the corner and you blew lights. That didn't mean you was coming to stop me. That did not mean you was coming to stop me, sir.
Okay.
That did not mean you was coming to stop me, sir. If you was gonna blue light me, sir, you should have came around and you should have blue light me. I'm turning the corner. You made blue lights. I didn't know that was a traffic stop.
Driver's license proof insurance.
Well, I wait for your supervisor. I wait for your
refusing to identify himself.
The driver rightfully asked why he would be arrested, prompting the officer to blatantly lie and say that he had been speeding but was unable to specify the speed. Now, this lack of clarity only heightened the driver's frustration.
I'm not refusing to identify myself. I said I would proceed when your supervisor get here.
That's not how the law works.
When I'm
you can request a supervisor,
yes,
but you still have to continue with my traffic stop until he gets here.
I can wait till he get here.
No, you cannot. That is Georgia law.
So I can wait. You don't know who I am.
You've been misinformed.
Sir, you really don't know who I am.
I don't need to know who you are.
Okay, all right. That was not a traffic stop because, sir, when I stopped at the stop sign, was turning to come to my house, you blue light me. You did not blue light me. You blue light me when I pulled in my driveway. I was rolling my window up. You did not blue light me and get behind me, sir, until I put into my driveway. Until I put into my driveway. All right. Well, we get your body cam and all that. It's cool. Is this your supervisor right here?
Nope.
It's not your supervisor either?
Nope.
Okay. So now we got the whole force out here for what you said, alleged traffic stop, right?
Traffic stop.
Okay. This is my house.
Okay.
You came from that way, so where the hell you got me reckless driving if you came from that way? So you in the neighborhood for something else. I'm just getting off work, and you think you see my car, and you think I'm a part of the bullshit.
No.
Because you can't say I was reckless driving.
I absolutely can. Based on your speed through a neighborhood.
What was my speed?
Doesn't matter.
What was my speed?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
The police officer was doing his best to make the situation worse, refusing to acknowledge that he was in the wrong.
You would testify to it in court. What was my speed, sir?
I don't need to tell you that.
You need to tell me. You said I was speeding because you're supposed to be giving me a ticket, right?
I said reckless driving.
Reckless driving? What's reckless driving, sir? Reckless driving is a high rate of speed, but you coming from that way. How can you say I'm coming from reckless speed?
Not always.
Reckless speed.
Not always.
Hey, bro, you're real funny, but I can't wait till your supervisor get here, and I can't wait to get your dash cam and your body cam.
Absolutely.
You don't know who I am.
I don't need to know.
But I'm going to have a field day with you.
Absolutely. You're still obstructing right now.
How am I obstructing? I'm asking you questions.
Your driver's license.
I delayed giving you my driver because I'm asking you. We got to get an understanding. I delayed giving you my driver's license, but I never refused to give you my driver's license. I requested for a supervisor for this traffic stop to continue. But again, sir, you pull me over on my property where I initiated. Okay, sir. All right. Okay. You know what?
You can request a supervisor, but you cannot delay my traffic stop while you wait for a supervisor.
You never told me that you was pulling me over. You never said that you're turning the corner going that way. You could have been telling me that you're going to emergency.
The dash camera recorded it.
You did not point at me, bro.
My car was stopped.
I made it. So you literally think I'm up 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to ignore you because I'm coming to my house. I'm just getting off work, sir.
May I see your driver's license?
It was evident from the officer's answers that he was only making baseless claims and was speaking without any evidence or justification.
Is it? Ah, awesome. Good to know. He's already going to jail for your obstruction, so. Yep, that's it. Can I talk to you, or you want to wait?
I'll wait for you, supervisor.
Okay, that's fine. 69. The vehicle flying through Laurel Green. As soon as they pulled up on it, they ran on foot, but they never gave a freaking direction, so I didn't know where they were running. I thought this was going to be a second vehicle, because he flew down the street. And then I literally pointed directly at him, lights and sirens.
He starts rolling down his window. Huh? Yeah, I already knows him. Oh yeah, he's got a suspended license. Alright. So I'm coming into the neighborhood here, and as I'm pulling in, I see a car coming this way down this side street there at an extreme high rate of speed. So I immediately turn my blue lights on. He stops at the stop sign. He's at the stop sign. I'm kind of like this. Put my takedowns on. He starts rolling his window down. So I go to roll my window down. He rolls it up and then whips it in here. Okay. So I pulled in behind him, and
You're in the back?
yeah, he's suspended. And he refused to give his ID for like the first half of the traffic stop.
He gave it to you now?
Yep, got it now, which comes back suspended.
Is this his house?
It doesn't come back to the license on house, but he said he lives here.
As soon as the additional officers arrived at the scene, the officer on site began telling them a completely different version of events from what had actually happened.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Supervisor?
I am. Sergeant McClellan.
So, I really don't deal with like low-rank officers, and they're very kind of like hostile and stuff like that. I kind of have bad interactions. So your officer called himself on the traffic stop. Actually, he was coming from that way. I was at the stop sign. He turned on his blue lights. He did not make no contact if he was blue lighting. I was able to pull into my driveway, turn my car off. He walked up to the car, starts talking first person. Not knowing there's a traffic stop. Requested you immediately. Because not go on until you got here. That's it. He's telling me I'm an obstruction. I can arrest for obstruction, all that, because he said I'm delaying the traffic stop. So I request for a supervisor. I just want to speak to a supervisor. I'd rather not deal with people, especially if we are already coming off that we on the wrong foot because you're claiming that you was the traffic stop. Whatever. At this point. Whatever he wanted to do from now.
It is truly remarkable to see how the situation de-escalated when the sergeant approached the driver and treated him like an actual human being.
As I was waiting here, I did overhear him say something about my license suspended. I would tell you this, I did not know my license was suspended. I actually worked at Georgia Port. I'm a longshoreman. I just got off work. And I actually worked off my driver's license, and I just paid the ticket. And I was just looking at my point. When he said it, I actually looked it up, and my license was suspended. I did not know that up until now, but I wouldn't have had to pay on here like the last pink slip of, I think I just paid like a super speeder fine or whatever. And I think it just, whatever just happened, it just started like this week and in effect this week. But again, I did not know that. I just wrote several jurisdictions between Georgia Port, Garden City, Chatham County, and Savannah. And I didn't know that. But again, whatever he's talking about, he was coming from that way. He just put his blue lights on. I'm thinking something going on in the area, especially when I see the amount of officers in the area, and that he was just trying to go through something, not initiating a traffic stop on me. Like I said, I'm at the stop sign and stop, and was able to even pull in my driveway, asking me to pull behind me. That's when I realized that he activated his blue lights.
Anytime blue lights and siren are activated, it is a traffic stop.
Even if they coming from a direction of he's literally turning.
Yeah, so he's probably trying to turn in order to pull you up. So you saw you going at a high rate of speed to the neighborhood.
Yeah, okay. I don't see how you get to see that coming from that way. I mean, the street like that is. But that's what body cam does now work out. So,
I'm Sergeant McClellan. What was your name?
My name is Malik Jones.
Jones?
Malik Jones.
Nice to meet you.
The sergeant demonstrated good judgment by listening to both sides of the story before drawing conclusion. His approach helped de-escalate the situation.
So, Mr. Jones, what we're going to do now is we're going to get some tickets, okay? All right? But for now, just because of how the encounter's going, tensions are kind of high, I'm going to ask you to step out of the vehicle and we're going to do these tickets at the back of the vehicle. We're going to verify some info, okay? You mind stepping out for me?
Oh, my God. All right.
You leaving work currently? What's going on?
I'm just leaving work.
You're just leaving work? Okay. This is your house? Yes. I'm going to talk with Officer Salver real quick and I'll come back and talk. All right. Issuing citations or arrests?
Oh, so as I explained to him multiple times, he has every right to request a supervisor, but Georgia law requires that you cannot delay a traffic stop. And I explained that to him, that you do still have to provide your identification and then you can wait for a supervisor. And he refused multiple times, not verbally, but he just continued to ignore my request for his driver's license on multiple requests. So at least obstruction and driving suspended, because there's two different suspensions.
Well, I would get him for what you were originally going for.
Yeah, we're a reckless driving. I mean, coming through here at the speed he was going.
That
Which I didn't pick up his speed, but I mean, I visually could tell it was extreme. It was a high rate of speed for a neighborhood.
The sergeant acted thoughtfully, taking time to explain to both the driver and the officer what had gone wrong. He gave the driver some tickets and clarified the situation.
Now, the time limit on the delay can be interpreted, it's kind of up to interpretation. So, how did he delay?
By not giving it, by not giving his driver's license. I mean, he obstructed by not giving a driver's license when I requested it, and then I asked him to step out of the vehicle multiple times, and he did not. He said, "I'm waiting for a supervisor," which he can wait for a supervisor, but you also cannot obstruct. Because I've read up on that on multiple times. And,
I just want to hear.
No, of course. Yeah. And you can't. You can obviously wait for a supervisor, but you have to at least give me your identification. And then proceed from there, which I explained. I said, just give me your driver's license, and then we'll wait for my supervisor. But
has he been served?
There's no serve date, but there's two separate. One's like a I got it pulled up. So repeat Georgia serious commercial violator, and then points suspension.
Okay, no serve date on you.
Nope. And now. Yeah.
The only concerning and suspicious detail about the driver was that his license had been suspended for 2 months. Now, while this raised a red flag, it didn't justify the officer's aggressive behavior during the stop.
I really don't care either way. I mean, I'm okay with citations and at the end of the day, but whatever your opinion is, I know.
Typically, when they don't have a serve date, they don't know that they're suspended. Unless they've gotten personal service through the mail or they've been served in the fashion of being pulled over and being told that they've been served. So,
my biggest problem is the level of, not physical obstruction, but, the obstruction.
That happens a lot. But he did come back and, eventually cooperate.
Yeah.
So.
Despite everything, the officer insisted that the driver was speeding but refused to provide the speed that the car was traveling.
He demanded said driving at a high rate of speed through a neighborhood and through a residential neighborhood.
Where's the speed? What's the speed?
So
what speed was I doing?
I don't have to conduct a speed on you. Go ahead. If you want to pull it out while I tell you, that's perfectly fine.
I want to record
and then you can look up. Listen, you can look up. Here's the code section right here. So feel free to look this. Feel free to look this up afterwards, and you'll be able to see the code section for reckless driving. And speed is not the only factor to be considered reckless driving. Okay, there's a lot to this. Okay.
It's really dark out. We get a high priority call, right? They give a vehicle description. Your vehicle matches that description. The officer sees you going through a residential area. What he determines at a high rate of speed, he doesn't have to clock you. It's what he determines, and he effects a traffic stop. Now, listen.
You know what that sound like now? Your body cam on?
Yeah.
Everybody cam on?
So it's not an excuse. So if he approaches you responding to that has a description of a black vehicle like yours, heightens his
But you know what you're just telling me, right? You know what you're telling me, right?
What?
Basically, I was profiled.
No,
basically, because my car matched the description. He needed a reason
well, hold
to
on.
blue light me to initiate a stop.
Frustrated by the officer's continued ignorance, the driver asserted that he had been racially profiled. This claim added a serious layer of tension to the already tense situation.
Hold on. So he's explaining what he believed. The vehicle description had nothing to do with it. The vehicle, I don't know if he knows, but the vehicle that we got called out for, they already found that vehicle. When I saw you, I was looking for somebody on foot, and I witnessed your vehicle driving at a high rate of speed through a residential area.
High rate of speed? Because you don't got no radar.
So I am
you can't tell
I'm radar and hold on.
You can be radar certified, but I can't tell how fast the car is going.
They actually teach people
in radar school. Absolutely. You have to guess the speed to even graduate the class. You have to be within 5 miles an hour on like 60 attempts. Okay, that's part of the training.
So you a traffic guy or you a cop?
I do both, but I'm a traffic guy.
I know somebody that works.
There's case law after case law after case law with officers that stop people by estimated speed. I mean, if this speed limit, I would imagine this is residential area, so by law it's 25 miles an hour. It's very easy to see someone driving with a posted speed limit of 25.
Also, I just openly advised, like he said, to look up the few things he did. Look up the law on delaying a traffic stop and not giving an ID. And like you said, you never physically said, I will not give an ID, but you delayed handing over an ID, which is obstruction.
And rather than following the facts of the case, the officer was obviously trying to create a crime scene by altering the event.
Well, every traffic offense in the state of Georgia is a misdemeanor, which is an arrestable offense.
Discretion not to arrest.
Yeah,
if you have any
I can arrest you for a tail light or a tag light. Every traffic offense is a misdemeanor. We don't do that, obviously, but
I arrest 98% of people driving without a license and driving on suspended license.
Me too. Normally.
This is crazy. This like I said, this really messed me up.
Reckless driving, you would absolutely go to jail for that for me too.
Yep, I've never not arrested for reckless, so.
Oh, so you cut me a real good break tonight, huh?
Well, my sergeant spoke to me and we worked it out to where you go home tonight, you're in your driveway, you're already here, we're not on the middle of the road somewhere, so the situation is a little bit different, but.
You would have caught me right there, you probably took me to jail.
No, I mean, you're right there, so I mean, you're in front of your home. But if you're on 204, on a random spot on 204, it's a little bit different.
The officer acted as though he was being forced to obey the sergeant's instruction, even though that the sergeant had proved him wrong. Well, that brings us to the end of how corrupt cops face the unexpected resolve of veterans. We saw how these brave individuals stood up against unethical practices and clarified that integrity should prevail in law enforcement. Corruption undermines trust in our communities, and those in positions of power must be held accountable. If you believe in justice and want to see more stories like this, please show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel for future updates on similar cases. And if you enjoyed this discussion, don't miss our next video right here.